without further ado, I'm going to welcome up some of my favorite people in the world. You know, I'm always skeptical when adults tell me I give them hope. But then I meet these kids who give me hope. These folks who really show me that even in the simplest, smallest way, their clarity and their willingness to speak exactly how they feel in the moment is inspiring to me every day. So we have some youth from the Global WE program. It used to be Global Warming Express, and now it is the Global Warming Emergency program, to start off our evening for you tonight. First, we have Adrian, and Adrian is 10 years old. Adrian likes to design tools and recently created a simple motor machine to pick plastic bags out of trees. Wow! All right, Adrian.
Okay. Hello. Climate change is terrifying, unmistakable, life-threatening. Innocent animals like whales and polar bears die because of climate change. Migratory patterns get messed up because of climate change. We cannot keep doing this to them. Climate change is unmistakable. We see places flooding. We see pollution spewing from oil flares. We see bigger hurricanes than ever. Hanging over New Mexico are two mammoth methane clouds, which Representative Deb Haaland has just visited. I think if everyone had infrared cameras and could see them, the adults would quit work immediately and try and find a solution. Last week, I couldn't see the mountains. The city was engulfed by dust, blotted out by dust. This will happen more and more because of drought and climate change. Climate change is life-threatening. It can shorten your life because of bad air quality. 37.1 billion tons of carbon dioxide are released into the air each year, sickening our planet. Simply breathing air in New Delhi is equivalent to smoking more than 2 packs of cigarettes. Is this fair to the kids? Please, I'm asking for your help. For a clean planet. For a planet covered by trees. I'm asking for you to stop fracking. I'm asking for life. What are you going to do today?
See what I mean? All right, now we have Athena. She's 8 years old and loves to garden and take care of her chickens. Athena loves spending summers on her grandparents' organic vegetable farm in Massachusetts. It's a pretty special place. You ready?
Hi, Athena.
I've been thinking our ice caps are melting. Once they melt, we can't refreeze them. More are melting every day. Once they melt, you can't go back and everything gets off balance. I've seen the Alps partially covered in white reflective sheets to shield them from the sun. We can't do this to all our ice caps. They haven't even finished the Alps. But we can stop spewing out CO2. Thank you.
Gorgeous, thank you. Next we have Alex, who is also 10 years old. And 2 years ago, Alex did a project on styrofoam and how it harms our environment. He researched new mushroom alternatives and started to think about how to make local changes. I haven't even thought about that.
I came to talk with you on this beautiful evening about climate change. I came to talk with you about how all the animals' lives are at risk. How this earth is soon not going to be called the Mother Earth, but the melting earth. I know it's tough, but imagine, every summer day is over 100 degrees, way too hot for kids to play outside. Imagine, we will have no cottonwoods in our bosque. Imagine, we will have no trees on our sandias. Last summer in Phoenix, it was 116 degrees. The temperatures have been rising so fast that we ran out of shades of red on the color map to show how hot it was. That is a melting earth. I do not want my kids to be born on a melting earth. I know you love your kids. I see my mom and my dad making sure I do my piano and homework. They go out of their way to make sure I have everything I need. But what's the point if this planet is unlivable? This is our future. Mostly it's the future of our generation. But it's in your hands to do something today. Woo!
Thank you, Alex. Now we have Asila. And I've worked with Asila for about a year now. And she wrote me a beautiful little bio to begin with, but I don't have it with me right now. So I'm gonna give her the extra challenge of introducing herself to you. Do you think you're up for that, girl?
Hi, my name is Asila. I know global warming and we give you hope, but do we really? No. If I want to be a marine biologist when I'm older, I can't. Because of you. You are destroying my future. My life. Your children. How could you do that to us? Fracking is horrible. And the smell is even worse. People are just thinking it's gonna pass. But how is it gonna pass if you don't stop it? You think this is easy to go through. But every day I think about what it's hard to think about. What my future will be like. Every single day. I work my best, but it isn't worth it. None of you are going to destroy it. Thank you.
Thank you, Asila. Thank you. Thank you. You're making a difference. You're listening, Asila.
We're here to help you.
Dad,
Are you not?
Whew. Yeah, that's what it's about. And I'm sorry, but I don't think that these are conversations that kids in 3rd and 4th grade should have to have.
Oh, yeah.
And yet they have to. They're here talking to you, begging you, because they have to. Because they aren't ingrained in the system enough to have forgotten how to speak about what matters to them and how to feel So thank you for being here, for being vulnerable, for reminding us all how to do that. Thank you. I realized to turn things in a little more practical way that I actually forgot in my opening spiel to give you all an introduction to the Green New Deal. So I've been working on this for so deeply, even though it's only been a few months, that I sort of assume everyone knows what I'm talking about, but I don't want to do that. So there's a movement called the Sunrise Movement. It only started a few years ago. A few young people who said, no, wait, this isn't okay. No, wait, there's so much climate change science out there. There has been for 30 years, and yet nothing has changed on the legislative level. So what are we gonna do? How are we gonna make that happen? And they thought, and they said, we're gonna build a movement. That's what we're gonna do. And when I heard about the Sunrise Movement 3 months or so ago, I got really excited. I jumped right on board. I started communicating with these folks because it was the first time that I was in contact with people who were willing to look at the scale of the crisis we are already living in and willing to do everything they possibly can to work to make that catastrophe less for these children. So, the Green New Deal is the piece of legislation that the Sunrise Movement is pushing. It's being sponsored or headed by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ed Markey. And to give you the very, very basics, the Green New Deal calls for 100% renewable energy as soon as possible. It calls for clean jobs for all who need them. And in my opinion, almost most importantly, it calls for a just transition, taking leadership from our frontline and impacted and minority communities, because they are the ones who are impacted most. And they are the ones we need to listen to. So, just there you go. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight.